start to ring. It's your best friend cousin, so you answer hello. She say, tell me it's not true, tell me it's not true. You say, tell you what is not true. She say that my cousin's house is on fire. You say, wait, what? Let me call you back. You hang up with her. You don't even try to call your best friend. You hop up in a car and drive over there because it ain't nothing but a 5-minute ride. Sure enough, when you pull up, the scene is chaotic. It's fire department people, the neighborhood people, cops, everything, and her house is on fire. You get out the car and run up, fall to your knees, and you screaming, hollering, and crying, but nobody ain't paying you no mind. Now, you and your best friend been friends since elementary school. Now y'all in y'all 30s. You have multiple kids, she had one son, but that didn't take y'all friendship apart. It actually brought y'all together. Y'all would do things with the kids together all the time, going on trips, slumber parties, to the beach, everything. Her kids looked at her like an /second mom, and her son done the same towards you. So whenever she called you the night before and was like, hey, can my niece come sleep because my son is going to my cousin, you didn't hesitate. Of course she could. But now you see this house in flames and ain't nobody tries to call you, text you, or nothing. If it wasn't for her cousin calling you, you wouldn't even know what's going on. So you get enough strength to go and ask the cops, hey, I need to speak to whoever in charge. So they get that person, they come to you and you say, look, my 5-year-old daughter was in there, she spent the night with her. So they say, you, ma'am, we done swept the house, and unfortunately only one person was in there. That person was deceased, and from what we know is the owner of the home. We gonna go ahead on and sweep it again. So they have the fire department sweep it again, and sure enough, there's no other people found in the home. So you say, well, where the hell my daughter at then? So now the cops got two mysteries on their hand. One, how your best friend ended up unalived in that trailer, because mind you, a mattress was on top of her, so somebody had to put it there. And where's your daughter? Go pull up on your best friend cousin, because that's who babysitting the son, and ask the son, hey, who your mama seen? Your mama got a man? So he said, as a matter of fact, she do. He got a food truck, and I don't really like. So we just gonna call him Food Truck. That information, the cops was able to find him and find an address on him, so they pulled up on it. There was no evidence of him starting any fires or no evidence of your daughter. So at this point, it's been 18 hours since the fire, and we still don't know where your daughter is. And the cops getting frustrated, so they go ahead on and leave Food Truck a voicemail like, you need to come in and you need to talk to us ASAP. Now when Food Truck get there, he's soaking wet, like his feet wet, his pants wet, his shoes wet, everything is wet. So they like, where you been? He said, oh, I was fishing. They questioned him about your best friend and your daughter, and he was like, oh, I knew the best friend, but I don't know nothing about no little girl. I'm so sorry. But they wasn't believing it. So they told him that they couldn't hold him, but they do have a warrant for his Jeep, his phone, his clothes, all of that. So ain't ill. And he was mad, but his daddy had came got it. And I forgot to say this too. He had a record, and a lot of the record consisted of child-related crimes. So in going through the cell phone, they realized that he lied. He wasn't fishing because they was able to ping his location. So they say, you know what we about to do? We going to that location where his phone was pinging at. And at this point, we 24 hours in since the fire, and your daughter still missing. And at the same time, they got a surveillance team on him trying to see if he gonna move and lead them to your daughter. When they get to the location where his phone had pinged at, it was about 40 acres of land, and it was in his birthday name. And on top of a hill, there was the camper. Cops approached the camper with caution. They had tape on the door handle. They cut the tape, and thank God your daughter was sitting on the bed in the camper. She told them her name, age, your name, all of it. One of the cops took a picture with your daughter, sent it to you, and was like, we found her, she alive. Then they issued a warrant for Food Truck arrest. Come to find out, he was actually on his way to the camper and had fell asleep. They found him sleeping in his daddy's truck on the way to the camper. When they further went through his phone, they found out that he forced your best friend to call and get your child at night. And yeah, they planned on keeping your child, and you could use your imagination as to why. Now, once he was arrested and they questioned him, he was like, why y'all didn't arrest me yesterday and y'all arrested me today? So they showed him the picture of the little girl and the cop. He rolled his eyes and asked for a lawyer. But he did end up saying that he didn't unalive your best friend on purpose. That whenever y'all in the act, that she likes to be brought to the brink of death and be brought back. And so he did that, but that time she didn't come back. However, the cops weren't falling for it. The cops think he purposely did that to her so that he can take your daughter. He ended up being found guilty and getting sentenced to 52 years. And of course, your best friend was deceased. She was basically, with a tie. Your best friend, her 20 plus years, that a man coerced her into taking your daughter for you know what. But she got that instant karma because she never made it out the trailer. She never made it. So rest in hell, best friend. The end.